What if, as a parent, you had the opportunity to advocate for your child and makes certain that they receive the exact special education services that he or she needs to be successful? An IEP meeting will identify, discuss, solve problems, and make decisions regarding your child's educational needs. Are you ready to get an IEP in place that will actually help your child? No longer should you have to wait on the school staff to make the best decision for your child. As a parent, you want to guarantee that your child gets all of the services that he or she needs. I'm here to help you navigate through understanding the 7 steps of the special educational IEP process. Step 1: Parent child involvement. Written consent from the parent or guardian must be obtained before any information can be shared about your child. I want you to know that your input as a parent is always relevant. Step 2 is the referral process. A parent or a guardian must request to have their child evaluated for special education. This request is what we call the referral. A referral can come from a daycare professional, professional health nurses, doctors, or even social service agencies. Once a referral has been made, the school district is responsible for reviewing all information that you have provided as a parent about your child. The district will respond by declining to do an evaluation, recommend that your child be examined to determine if a full evaluation is needed, or advancing your child to a full and individual initial evaluation. Step 3 is the evaluation. A special assessment is performed to determine whether a child has a disability that requires that he or she receive special education services. I strongly encourage that both you and your child is present during this evaluation appointment. Throughout this stage of the IEP process, anything that has happened in your child's life, such as social interactions, academic performance, or things that may have happened at home, can be used to assess the types of services that your child requires. If your child's evaluation reveals that there is a disability, you, as the parent, will have a meeting with the school district representative to establish if your child's disability requires special services in order to be successful in a classroom. If so, there will be a committee meeting to develop your child's IEP. However, if your child is not eligible for special education services, other options will be provided. Step 4 is the eligibility. The IEP team has the task of gathering information from the assessment to determine if your child qualifies for services according to the law. To qualify for special education services, your child must have one of the disabilities defined by IDEA, which is an acronym for Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. If your child does not meet the qualifications for special education services, then your child will remain in a traditional classroom setting. Step 5 are the different components of the IEP. So this step is to create the actual IEP. So you'll have an IEP team that is formed that will include you as the parent, the educators, administrators, and other specialists. As a parent, this meeting may be overwhelming, but I want you to keep in mind that this is where your child is about to receive the help that he or she deserves. The first component reveals where the present level of performance is for the child. So, test scores, classroom performance, behavior, or any other data can determine how your student or how your child is doing in class. The second component are the goals. What are we working towards? The third component encompasses the services. What instruction will the student be getting to meet their goal? The fourth component determines the least restrictive environment. So this will tell us where the child will be taught. The IEP will state if your child will receive the instruction in a classroom, via special education, or even a combination of both. The fifth and final component are the accommodations. What supports are appropriate for your child to make process based on their disability? Any specific needs that your child requires because of his or her disability will list it. For an example, if they need breaks during a test, if they need read alouds, headphones, etc. Step 6 are the expectations for ongoing communication. Each IEP requires continuous follow up with you, the parent. There are quarterly progress monitoring and annual review processes that are put in place to help determine if your child is meeting his or her educational goals. If these goals are not being met, revisions may be required. If your child is meeting the goals or even exceeding his or her goals, a new goal or milestone may be needed. Step 7, ethical responsibility of the teacher. As a teacher, it is my responsibility to ensure that your child's personal information is kept confidential. There are procedural safeguards that protect the rights of the children with disability and you, the parent. As a parent, you need to stay informed. A prior written notice is a legal right that guarantees that you, as the parent, receive written explanations of any proposed changes in your child's educational plan. I am encouraging you to familiarize yourself with privacy laws and regulations to protect the privacy of your child's records. There are workshops, training sessions, and resources available to help you, the parent, to assist with understanding the special education needs of your child in order to advocate for your child at school and to support their learning at home. I hope that this has been helpful and now you feel more confident to advocate for your child to receive the special education services that he or she needs to change their academic path.